Yeah. So I guess the point of this game is you get these gears, you have to put them in gates. Oh, there it is.
Come on, let's go.
Like that. You get into there, you put the gears in, and you have to find a key to crank the door. Okay. See how it says no key? So I gotta go find one. And usually that entails searching through dead bunnies. Like this. And that brightness is actually not too good. Gamma. Okay. That's a little better. Okay, so you get things to fight back like marbles and unicycles. The unicycle, what it does, it kind of gives you a burst of speed to try to get away from the magician, which is the monster. Ooh, another gear. And these bunnies blend in so much. There. Oh, hey, a key. Cool. So now that I have a key, I can go back to that door that I forgot where it was, which is right there. I lied. I know where it is. And now that we have a key, we can turn it. Okay. So usually what the doors do, from my understanding, is that they usually will open up a path leading to the second story, third story, etc. Damn, that frame rate is dropping. So with here, from what I remember, this is a striker, and what the striker does is it usually will call a like kind of like a zip line in another section to allow you to go up to the second floor or whatever floor you're on, etc. So what we have to do is, okay, so it doesn't go back and forth. So we have to strike this, and as you can see, there's a green and yellow and red. If you hit the red, I believe you miss. You hit the green, you have to hit it about 4 times. The yellow counts as 2. Like, noise is crucial in this. Yes. I can. Yes, I agree. So noise is actually very crucial because I'll shut up for a second. So as I walk, you can hear the little creaks. So sometimes those creaks are just random ambient noise. However, the magician, the monster trying to kill you, does walk and does make footsteps and does creaking when he walks. So listening for him is a very good idea. A lot of the time, what I've been seeing on videos and whatnot is that the magician will start just kind of walking like this, and it's scary because that makes no noise. He can actually walk up on you without any noise if he does it right. And the magician has a power where he can go invisible to teleport, but he doesn't have to teleport. He can stay invisible. If he walks too fast, you'll still hear him, but if he starts doing this while invisible, he can get you. So let's try out one. What's G? Hide it. Okay. And the other thing is too, is like dropping down like this is playing dead. Now, sometimes it'll work if you hide in the right spot, but if you have a key on you, which I don't know how to open my inventory. Tab. Okay. So in the tab menu, I believe you can actually remove your key, put it in your hand, and place it on your back. Oh, that's the push to talk thing. Z. Yep. So with that, you can actually open up your inventory. You now have 4 more slots. So what this does also too, I'll play dead just so you can see it. It sticks the key in your back. Okay. It frees up 4 spaces for you. However, as you can obviously see, the key spins and there's a key in your back. That is a telltale a high tell that you are a real bunny instead of one of the ones that are dead around. The magician can see that moving, so you have to be very careful with that. And so what we can do is Z to remove it, and you can put it back in your inventory, and now it's back in your slots here. Doesn't have any idle noises. He does not. The magician is completely silent if he's not moving. The only time that he makes noise is when he teleports to a door, which I will try to find for you guys if I can. I don't think that's a door. No, that's not a door. As soon as I find a door, I will show you guys what it looks like. Now that I need to find the door. I just saw a door. Oh, there it is. So, right there. This is a door, obviously. But essentially, it's kind of a teleportation system. And what this does, it allows the magician to go in, and he can, let's say, like, go up there to another porta potty looking thing. That gives him instant teleportation around the map at these doors. Now, his invisibility works the same. However, it eats up that wind that's down in the bottom left there. The red bar, it slowly ticks down, and that's your essentially wind up time. Once that goes down, you're not going to be able to move around. You're not going to be able to defend yourself, and you're kind of screwed. And it's the same with the magician. He will lose all of his wind. He can't use his powers. He can't really grab anybody. You have to find keys to rewind yourself. And so what the magician can do when he turns invisible, he can teleport to these doors. But like I said, it takes up some of his power. And so the main thing is, too, to catch the bunnies who have keys on them. He grabs them, he shakes them and removes their key, and he can wind himself. And sadly, the bunnies, they cannot wind themselves. They need other people to help wind them. And that's what this is, the control button. See? So I'm asking for a wind, and that will go into the chat on the left over there, asking for a wind. And you need somebody with a key to come and help you with that. So it's like, I've seen videos and gameplays of this game. It's like, I have the basic idea of it. I just never played it myself. So, yeah. So that's essentially the premise of it. I would like to know how to use these things. So marbles, for instance, marbles, what they do is like, you'll be running. Like, let's say the magician is right behind me and I'm running for my life. I could drop those marbles and the magician would get a skill check. If he steps on these, he'll get a skill check. And if he hits the skill check, he won't fall. But if he misses it, he will fall, and it'll give you a chance to get some distance and get away from him. The unicycle, like I said, this one gives you a burst of speed like this. You are faster than the magician by a little bit with this unicycle. Okay. And you can hop off when you need to, and you'll drop it there. You can hold it and get on again. And you can run around with it. However, when you drop it and you run, or your meter runs out and you get thrown off of it, the magician can come along and actually negate this unicycle. He can make it disappear and it will be removed from the map. Because that is a very powerful tool in your arsenal when you're trying to get away from the magician. And so, as you can see also too, I have lockpicks. They can go to the chest and they open them up, and they usually have some goodies in there, like has alarms, gears. I believe these are for upgrades in your shops. I'm not sure what this is. Okay. And you can leave stuff in there for your friends. If you want to as well, you can hand off things to people. See? So you can put it in your hand and you can give it to them. And there's items in this game that help you with your health, help you with other things. Like there's an item called oil. You'll see on the bottom left there how there's 3 gears running on top of the big one. And that's essentially your HP. You get three hits or throws or whatnot, and the oil will restore one of them for you. There's little wind-up toys as well. How do I put this away? Gee. There's little wind up toys as well, and what the wind up does, it gives you a little bit more charge to your power down there. Another key. So this is a situation like, let's say I found another bunny on the floor with a key. I can put this in here. I can put it on my back. Now I can grab this key, and let's say I'll put it in my hand, and there's a bunny with no key that needs one. Now you can... Oopsies. I didn't realize that drops it. Okay. So now you have two keys on you, and you can hand it off to somebody. However, you got to be careful, because if you have two keys on you and he grabs you, bye-bye keys, and now you've just given the magician two keys instead of just the one. Okay, I believe these are... Oh, there's the charge. Okay. Perfect. I don't like that I have to press escape. I wish I could press something else. So, the wind-up's on number 2. See? So, you use it. You'll see on the charge on the left. Boop, boop. Couldn't see it because of the little icon, but it did charge me a tiny bit. And in certain situations, that can mean you losing or winning. See, the thing is as well with like actions and such, which I keep forgetting how to use. It's Alt. Nope. Man, that is going to have to get some getting used to. Yeah. See? So, okay, doing this, it gives you your location. And you can go to your action menu, and it'll request it again if nobody saw it. So like my little explanations might be all over the place, but it gets some info out there. Now I don't know how good I'm gonna do in actual practice, but oh, you can press tab. Okay, so let's see, what was the other one? The alarm. So the alarm is essentially a little bunny you can put right there. And what this does is when the magician walks by it, it'll start making little noises with its bells. It'll highlight the magician, and you can see him from anywhere on the map of where he is. Because having information in this game is extremely crucial. And a lot of it has to do with teamwork. Because if somebody's down here, for instance, is like if people who like, let's say DBD, for instance, like people who are on communications, when you can have eyes on the killer, you have a bigger chance of winning. And so that's the same thing here. Stuff like that little thing right there, and people running around and pointing at him, it gives you information. So if you're on the second floor and you're scared to go start using the door, for example, somebody will click, hey, he's down here. So now you can work on it for the most part safely. And as soon as the magician goes invisible down here, let's say, they can warn you, hey, hey, he's gone. I lost track of him. The person up there who's working on a door will either continue working on it or they're going to run for their lives. And the teamwork in this game is crucial. And, you know, just like DBD, if you don't have teamwork, it can get really hard, especially with those of you who know about solo queues. The other item that I just picked up is the firework. Firework is kind of like, let's say, a flashlight from DBD. You can do one of two things. You can bring it out, and let's say the magician is right on you, and you're not going to be able to get away. Bam! You shoot him, it stuns him, you can now run and get away. And the same thing goes up for when they grab one of your partners. If they grab another bunny, you can come along with a firework and shoot him, he'll drop him. And you can both skitter away, and better luck next time. There's a bunch of little mechanics in this game that I've been watching upon, and it's been fun. One big note on running away in the carnival is these puppets here. Okay, so you'll notice these puppets, they have eyes and a cross mouth. And in normal games, their heads turn. So these are tools for the magician. And so when you're in a room and he comes in, these puppets will follow where you are. Okay. So let's say I ran over here and I played dead. That puppet over there will actually be staring at me. And so that's a complete indication of where I am. If the magician actually pays attention to those heads staring in a certain direction, there's a bunny in there. Because when a magician walks in, the puppets should be staring at the magician as they're walking around. But if they're not and their eyesight is directed somewhere else, there's a bunny in view. So that's a little hint for the magician part. Let's see what else. Strikers, we got the puppets, the keys. Let's see what else. What else? These guys right here. These are sentries. And these are powered by keys. And what this do is essentially kind of like the bunny that we place down as an alert system. It's the opposite. This is for the magician. The magician will come along here, and right in that little spot right there in the center, he will stick a key that he has been collecting, and this sentry will turn on and it will give a radius of alert. And so when a bunny runs through it, the bunny is highlighted, the aura is revealed, and it will stay revealed for a few seconds, and it'll give the magician time to teleport down to you, start chasing you, and things like that. So always be wary of these sentries that are turned on. Right now it's off, but when they're on, they're bright red. So the striker, right. So the striker that I was talking about, this one, there is a, there it is. So there's a, right there. So when you hit the strikers, a little zip line of sorts comes out of that side. You have to get to it somehow, which I believe it's behind the door right there. Yeah. So you would need a gear to get into that door around here. Yep. Oh, no, there's no gear in it. So you would open this door, and now you can actually use the zip line to get to the upper floor. That's a key thing for this game, is advancing your way up to the higher floors. I don't think I can see it from here. Might not be there. But once you get to the second floors, you have things called ropes. You all know what ropes are. So let me see. I forgot where I opened that door. I haven't found a rope yet on a bunny, but we'll see if we can find one. What are these things? I'm curious. What is this? It makes noise. That's a new one. I've never seen anybody use that though. Oh, hey, balloons. So balloons, fantastic. Okay. So balloons are also a thing in this game. So let's say I'm trying to get away from him. This isn't going to be a good example because he can catch up here. But let's say I'm trying to run away and I want to get over that. So what I would do is, I wonder if I can jump. No, I can't. Okay. So I would be running here, use this. You go up. Now I float over the cage and I can get across a gap. Like, let's say I wanted to go from there to there. I'd use the balloon and float my way over there. Easy peasy. Let's see. What is this? That's new. Oh, it gives me all the items to try. Let's do madness. Right. So during the game, when you get into, as you walk around, you get a meter from madness. You'll see it on the bottom left where my portrait is, and it's yellow. Over time, that'll slowly grow and grow and grow, and the magician can do things to increase that bar. And so what you need to do is try to find some way to negate it. So with this cuddle bun right here, it gives you some comfort. and removed my madness. I believe the madness, what it does, it starts making you hear things. I haven't seen anybody fully maddened yet, so that'll be something that I'm gonna have to look in on. So this is the oil as well. Since I haven't been hurt, it's not going to do anything, but this will restore one of my gears, essentially my hit point. Drop marbles, mousetrap, that's a new one. Fireworks, balloons, unicycle, trampolines, lockpicks, jingle buns, that's the alarm, and the smoke bombs. Smoke bombs will make a smoke bomb. So it's extremely dense. You will not be able to see anything through it. And it'll give you a chance to get away. Okay. Oh, a gear. I don't know what this is. Like this whole room, I've never seen it before. Swap roll. Oh. That's pretty cool. Can I restart it? I wanna... See, like the magician is a completely different mechanic here. I have no keys on me. Can't run. So the right click, it's this. So what this is a distance grab. Usually when you're running at bunnies, you can snag them as they're running around. You know what? Let me restart. That way we can have a little more time to explain. And like I said, again, this is not from a point of view of experience. This is from me watching things and just learning. There's the tutorial. We'll do the sandbox because I have a basic grasp of things, and we'll just kind of do little things. So I hope this is okay for you guys. Just me showing you how the game works for right now before we start. Man, look at that input lag. Maybe it's because of the game is loading. What does Z do? Nothing. Okay. So as he walks, first of all, this is a magician. Magician is the one that goes around killing the bunnies. His job is essentially eliminate them while gathering the keys that they gather or gathering them yourselves. So as you can see, his footsteps are loud. The bunnies can hear this very well. Okay. So as you're roaming around, you're going to be making footsteps, and you will definitely alert them to your presence if you're walking around. Sometimes they'll freak out and they'll just kind of play dead like we did with the bunny. And so you go up to them. This one. And you grab them. Okay. And once you grab the live bunny, it'll scream. You have them in your hand here, and you have an option to loot them. Fell apart so easily. Like that. So if they have a key on them, you'll actually see the magician's hand remove the key from them. You can also, since they have 3 lives each, your only option to hurt them is to toss them. Like that. Okay. So the thing that does is, 1, it hurts them. 2, if there is another bunny in range and you nail them with the other bunny, both of them get hurt. That's a double hit, and that's massive in this game. So we'll grab this one. Let's see if this has anything. We'll loot it. Fell apart so easily. Nothing. And once they're out of gears, you see that option for F to kill it. It'll come up in bright red, and you will not miss it. Whoops. Just twice. Whoop. Now there's no wind up for the throw either. So it's just a click and toss. You have to do it quick because the bunnies will get skill checks when they get grabbed by a magician. And once they hit those skill checks, which is very quick, they can break out of your grasp. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. So there are other things as well. This one, I don't really know what it does, but it's a trap of sorts, or it's a cage, I should say. So if you have a live bunny and you can make it over here, you toss them in there, The regular cage ones, I know they drain their charge faster, and I believe somebody has to come and save them.
This one.
So putting them in those boxes drains their charge, and that can really be detrimental to them surviving, because if all of them are occupied with something else or they're scared to come and get the bunny out of the cage, they can lose the bunny.
I'll take
There you go. There's a key right there. So now that I have a key, I can turn on a sentry, for instance, the one that I was telling you about before. If I can find one, I will show you. See, and like obstacles like this are extremely annoying because you can't get over them unless you find a good spot, and the bunnies can naturally run under these, and so if they get away from you, right there, they're gone. You have to go around and try to chase them, and that's part of the looping in this game. Just like DBD, they can loop. Absolutely. They can loop you for an eternity if you let them. Let's find a sentry real quick. I want to show you guys what it looks like. Is there any doors down here? There is. It's over there. Outside of DBD, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the door I was just at. I didn't see a sentry over here. I mean, there's infinites. Yes, there are. There are absolutely infinites in this game. And I will probably show you one if I come across it. Okay, there is no sentry here. What the heck? 'Cause I've seen some infinites when I was, you know, studying up on this game. Okay, there's no sentry here. All right, then. There's one. Okay, okay. So, sentry. Yeah, since I found a key from that bunny. Bam. Now, there is almost no way they're going to get through this doorway without being spotted by that. They might try to crawl right here, but they're not going to make it. There's no way. They cannot get through this without alerting me. Okay, so let's see if there's an infinite around here that you're talking about, Keto. There might be one here. So, no, that's not one. Nope. Okay. Well, while we look for it, I can show you guys the other powers. Let's see. So this, like I said before, this is a distance grab. Okay. So let's say there's a bunny clear across over there and they did not see me and they're standing still for whatever reason. The hand goes over there, grabs them. You now have a bunny in your hand if you nail them. Okay. So let's see. Q. Okay. So now these are traps. These are traps that you can set down. They look like the bunnies. And what happens is when the bunny touches them, this trap grabs them. Okay. So there's two versions of it. So one is, let me see, I'll show you guys if I can find a door. Door right there. Okay, so let's say, for example, like I was showing you guys before with the doors where they're trying to put gears in there, or let's say put a gear in there. Okay, I can get a trap and I can set this guy right here. So now this blocks their way. They cannot wind this gear or set the gear without setting this off. There is no way to remove this right now. They cannot get by this. Okay. So that's one version of the trap. I'll show you guys the other one once the meter charges on the bottom right there. C. So C will give you cards. Okay. Cards, what they do is that they give debuffs to the bunnies. When you grab them and loot them, you can put a card in their pocket and it debuffs them. Like Tiny Pockets. Blocks 4 inventory slots right there. They lose a massive amount of storage space for 180 seconds. Okay, and the cards are random as far as what you get. And this one, bunny becomes highlighted when playing dead. So when they drop dead, you see them, and it lasts for 180 seconds. Those are big. So now we have in our inventory slot right there. That is a massive debuff to them. And you always want to try to put one in their pocket if you have the time. So essentially you need to grab the bunny, loot him, put the thing in his pocket, throw him. Because if you take any longer on any of those actions, they will break free from your grasp. Okay, so our trap is back. So now, as you can see on the buttons, it says hold to activate imposter. Okay, so there's two versions of this trap. One is the one that lays down, like the one that we placed at that door, which we can see from here. And the other one, it wanders around. Yep. This is a very new addition. It's actually pretty cool. It sniffs them out. So the thing that this bunny does, it does go away eventually. I think it lasts for about a minute or two. I'm not sure how long. But this one wanders around and it doesn't just walk. Once it spots a bunny, this thing will go into a full-on sprint and grab them. It's very useful if you are, like, let's say in a small room and you know a bunny went in there, but you just can't find them. Put that guy down there. They will wander around looking for the bunny. I think that's a very cool addition that they put in recently. Okay, so the power. All right. So the invisibility power that essentially gives them the magician name. Bam. I'm invisible. Okay. They cannot see me or hear me at all. However, if I full walk normally, they can hear you. So let's say there was a bunny right around the corner and I saw him and didn't want him to know that I'm coming. Notice how there's no sound. Okay. So you can creep up on them and turn it off real fast. Grab. Bunny's yours. That works a lot of the time. A lot of the times, because there's just such a lack of experience right now, they don't know to run or which direction to run, and they're kind of screwed unless they can just like YOLO their way out of there. The doors. Okay. So the doors go in here, and this is what the teleport system looks like. Okay. Now, when you're in the doors, I believe it's free. Yeah, it doesn't use up any of your power, and it will fly across to the door that you choose. Now I'm on the second floor. If anybody comes up here when I wasn't looking, now I can travel up here, but I have to kind of have a general idea of where they are. Also, too, the doors, you can open them yourself and close them yourself if they open them. The hell? I've never seen one up here.
Are you playing dead? Nothing but a broken toy.
Nothing on them. So I can't put cards on them because they're dead. But that's essentially what you do. Like if I caught a bunny that's up here, let's say he was hiding right here, I grab him,
Playing dead?
loot them, quickly put a card on them, toss. And you always want to toss them downwards or somewhere that would be detrimental to them, that they cannot like advance as quickly as you want them to, because it's all about managing how fast they're going up to the exit. Hey Moff, how you doing, buddy? Welcome on in. So grab this, and I was just kind of giving a good practice to looting. You would click, pretend like you're putting a card, toss. Okay. One thing also too that I didn't mention is there is possible of tunneling in this game. However, it's not as easy, so to speak. So when a bunny gets grabbed and shaken, and let's say I accidentally threw him like let's say I grab this guy, because it's gonna happen. I accidentally pressed left click and I threw him instead of looted him. Now he's right there. He stood up and he can run around. And I can chase him again. But the thing is, when I grab the bunny again, very soon they have I believe it's a panic meter. The panic meter gives them a little bit of extra speed as well as almost an instant struggle to get out of your grasp. So if you grab them again right away, they will break your grip and they will run away. So it's not worth chasing them. It really isn't. The second time anyway. The power as well. So the initial thing for the power is to teleport without having to go to a door. However, you see the power on my bottom left there, how fast it's going away. As you're invisible, that thing is draining insanely quickly. However, I can now teleport at the cost of a quarter of one of those segments. This, I believe, is the top floor. So at the top floor, they're trying to get out here. They're trying to get out this door. So they got to get gears and bring them up here to put it on that contraption and that one. And they have to open them both. And then this door opens and they can leave. The whole goal is to not let them do that. And so there is a mechanic for a last bunny standing, kind of like Dead by Daylight, where Dead by Daylight has a hatch for the last survivor, you know, because their whole team died and they have no progression. Let's say whatever, it's only one left. There is a hatch of sorts in this game. Okay, it's called the Magic Hat. The Magic Hat usually will spawn, I believe, on the first floor, and you can find that, and if you're the last bunny standing, you can get out through that. Also, since I found a key, and you see how low my wind power is on the bottom left, we'll recharge that now that we have a key. Pretty neat, right?
Let's end the show.
Now, fully charged. Each key gives you a full charge. But, like you guys saw, the full charge, or charging ourselves, requires a key. Turning on sentries requires a key. I believe those are the only things that eat the key that I can recall right now.
This one.
So that's the main reason of looting them.
Nothing but a lifeless.
Usually a bunny, one of the bunnies will have keys on them very consistently.
Maybe this one.
Okay. Toss. Okay. Cool, huh? All right. So, with that, we'll see if we can get some rounds in.